Hey guys, seeing here, YouTube vlog creator. Today, I want to have a little fun with my iPhone 5S. A couple of weeks back, I went to the local park around here, and I took some footage with this here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it look nice and stuff like that there. I know I talked about this before in one of my other videos, but I also want to show you how I'm going to make a thumbnail with the video still in here. So I hope you guys can stick around. Hopefully this video won't be too long. I'm hoping it not, but I hope you guys can stick around and check it out. All right, so let me minimize the screen here, and I put my glasses on for this here. Okay, so let's go down here like this, and we don't need that there. That always happens every time you plug it in. I got the cord attached to it. That's what it is to keep it charged up. Now I have the video clip here. It's only what, 4 minutes, but I'm just gonna show you really quick on how I take a video, a still from a video, and how I turn it into a thumbnail. Okay, well, that's the way I do it anyway. Okay, because there might be a situation one day where you're at the park or an event like I was at, whatever, and you're over to making videos and you just happen to not take a snapshot of it. But there's a way around that there, and I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so let's drop this here on the timeline. And I always respond to this here. You know, you're going to get this message. I'm using OneShare Filmora 14.5.20. And that's the latest one I got right now. And I always like to keep the ratio project settings for 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. So I click that on there. And this video clip is untouched. Okay, and this video is being shot on the iPhone 5S. Okay, as you can see here in the work area on the Filmora interface here, the preview window, it's clear. That is a clear picture. It's untouched. I didn't do anything to the photo whatsoever. Matter of fact, I'll move myself out of here like that there. I could change it up and make it even look nicer with the LUTs. So let me show you what I'm referring to. Let's go over here to where it says video. You're going to have AI tools like this. You click that on here. And we want to get to the one where it says LUTs. Let's see. I think it's in the color part right here. Let's see. Hold on for a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. You got your default setting. If I wanted to make this, leave it like that, or if I want to turn it into a black and white photo, I could say, hey, this is a black and white one, whatever. I love the LUTs on here. They got a whole bunch of different ones in here, and this again is with Filmora 14. And as you hover over it, you can see the effect that you're going to get with it, which is pretty cool. Okay, and over here, like this one here, and they'll tell you this is Blockbuster. This, of course, is the black and white. Over here, this is cool. Okay, this is Brighten, which really makes the colors really pop. Here's Boost, nice one. Here's Cool Mix, and then over here you got Darken, Elegant, whole bunch, folks. Far East, Fantasy, Epic, Film. I guess was a film story, whatever. I don't know what that is. I can't see. It's cut off. Then you got Jungle, Lomo, TV. TV's pretty cool. It almost looks like a natural setting. You got Polaroid. Then you got the old film look, whatever, And then you got the Vignet ones. You got all different Vignet ones. Vignet 1, Vignet 2, Vignet 3. Okay. You pick out what you like, whatever your heart desires, whatever you want to do with it. Okay. They got quite a bit of Vignet ones here. All right. For me, for all intents and purposes, what I'm going to do is I can just leave it like that, leave it in its natural setting. If I want to tweak it a little, I scroll down over here, and here you can have all your manual adjustments. Your auto white balance, you can play around with the temperature, you can move it around. If you want to look more of a sunny day, you could do it like this with the temperature. You could take it back a little, make it like a little on a cool day, whatever. I kind of like it like this here. I like the sunny look on it. Then they have the tint. You can play around with the tint here, like that there, if you want to really darken it up a little, whatever. They got vibrance, like that. Okay, give it a nice look like that. Saturation, like that there, if you want to play around with it. Then if you go over here, you scroll down a little more, it's got exposure. You can brighten it up, you can darken it up a little. Same thing with the brightness. Play around with it like that. Contrast. Darken it up, make it a little better. You got the highlight, you could highlight it. Shadow features, got the shadow feature in there, whatever. Like that. You got white, you add white to it, bring it back. You got the black here, darken it up. Then you got sharpen. If you want to make it look nice and crisp, like a 4K. This doesn't shoot in 4K, this phone, of course. It's an iPhone 5S. And then you got more vignette. You got another vignette thing here. And then you got that other stuff. I basically like to mess around with the color. If for some reason I don't really care for it, I want to shoot it unedited without any, video enhancement or photo enhancement, whatever, I leave it just the way it is. But I want to show you how I would make a thumbnail list. Now, I'm going to just advance the video over here. Matter of fact, I'm going to mute it so we don't hear no talking, because we don't need to hear me talk. Let's mute it. And then we're just going to play a little over here. Now, this phone does not have image stabilization. That's why you might see it. It's all within the wrist. It's not like the iPhone 12 Pro Max I got here, where it's got image stabilization. But let's look over here. Matter of fact, I even said in the video, this is a nice shot right here, right there when I stop. Now, if I wanted to make this, let's see if I can advance a little more like that. Okay, maybe we get that one right there. I now want to make this a thumbnail. Okay, it's really cut and dry, folks. It's really simple, to be truthfully honest with you. All you got to do with the video still, and once you get it where you like it. Now, let's just say you said, well, you know what? Maybe I want to add a bit. Maybe I might want to add a lot to it just to brighten up the background. So here's where you could play around with it. Okay, you could change it around, boost it, whatever. Like you might say, well, I like this one here. I like the brighten. Or if you want to boost it, you could do it that way. Boost is nice. It gives it a little more. The colors are more vibrant. They stand out. The clouds in the background there. You could use that, whatever. You could play around with it to your heart's desire. So what you want to do is, if you don't like it, it's too much, whatever. Leave it untouched. Right now it's untouched. You can see it's none. And what you want to do is come right over here. Okay, I do this all the time in my videos, folks. Okay, this is how I make my thumbnails within videos. Okay, so you're going to click that little camera over here, the snapshot of it. You're going to get this message. It's going to come up. It's going to save it in a PNG format, or you could do it in a JPEG. I always leave it in PNG. And then it'll say set the snapshot as a thumbnail. So you click that on. You're going to get this message. Then it pops up as a snapshot. So now, if I want to work again without this here, I just cut this out. Drop this guy back over here into the timeline. Let's advance it a little so we get the picture now with that. And now here's where you can do all your little magic. If you want to add borders to it, I got over here my global media folder. If I want to, just mess around with it, right? For example, let's say something. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's say I want to add this type of frame. Where is it? Right here. If I passed it or not. Right here. Let's say I want to add this frame to it. See? Now, what I can do is, again, you come over here where it says image, because we want to stretch it, of course. See the little padlock over here? Click it on, right? Make sure this is clicked on. This is the one you want to stretch out. And when you see these little squares, that's when you can make the adjustment. You could do it like that, like this. Move this down a little, like that. I think we can just go a little more with this here. No, I'll leave it like this here for now. Like that. There we go. All right. And even check this out. Even with this, you could give this a nice color. I'm going to go over here a little. Let's fix this here for a second. I'll leave it like that. Yeah, it's a little better. All right. And you can even check this out with lots of. Watch. Come over here. Go to AI Tools. Right? Or is it the color? I'm sorry, you got to go to color. Sorry about that, guys. And over here again, if you want, you could just change this here, black and white. You could boost it up. You could make it really pop. You could cool it. You could brighten it up. You could boost the color. Look how nice it is when you boost it. You could give it a cool look if you want. Whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with it. You can make it Elliott looking. You want to make it really brighten, whatever. You could do TV. And here's the other one, warm. If you want to warm with the color, look at that there. Now it's like an orangey color. Look at that. Okay. And again, then the same thing applies. If you want to manually, play with the adjustments, you just come over here. And again, you can do the same thing I just showed you before. And like always, if you don't like it, you can just go over here and click on none. Just got to get it back up over here. There we go. And that's it, and then you can play around with it. Again, if you want to keep it black and white, you can do that as well. Although if you want, just leave it like that. They're going to get the boost. And that's what I would do. And then over here, of course, you're going to come over here. This is just an idea. I'm just, throwing this out there to you guys. We'll come over here. We'll go to titles. Okay. And we'll just drop a title in there. And here, I could just put over here whatever kind of words I want. Let me show you this something here. This is pretty cool too. Now, even though it looks like that there, right? It's red, right? Okay, but let's shorten it up a little. Okay, let's make the character over here, the lettering a little smaller. Okay. Now I know you might say, well, yeah, but it's like it's interfering with it. I know. Well, let me show you how the colors change over here. You see over here with the presets, here's where you can make that lettering stand out, as you can see. I mean, of course, when you do it that way, it's you know, you're not gonna be able to see it that good. Here, you could do it that way. All right. However, if you go back to the red, now you get two-tone color. So if you want something like this to stand out, let's say it happen to be Memorial Day or 4th of July, and you want that color in it, or red, white, and blue, whatever. And then you could just say, like for me, if this was, you know, if I was going to use this as a thumbnail, which I do use on occasional, I'll just say my day. I'm just going to be very quick here. My day at the park. Let's go here. That's it, like that. And then I'll leave it like that. See, whoops. Got out of here. That happens every now and then. Okay, and I can just leave it like that there. And you can position it where you want, where it's not going to be, you know, where it's going to cut off anything in particular. You don't want to put it on the top of the building. You could put it over here to the side if you choose to do so. If you want to use it as a thumbnail, and if you want to make it bigger, you come over here and you could make it bigger like this here, and you can still move it around like that. So you can leave it like that there. My day at the park, you know. You can do something like that there. And if you want to add some other little things to it, they got stickers here. And, you know, you could be very creative with this here, okay? And to be truthfully honest with you, even though it's a video still, it looks great. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know. And if you do like it, you could also drop something like this here, folks. Hint, hint. You could do something like this, right? You could pop that in here somewhere. Somewhere it's going to be seen. I don't know. I'm not saying you're going to do it here. I'm just, again, use it as an example, right? And you can leave it like that there. If you play it, you know, it's not going to really do much. But I'm just trying to say you could throw something there like that. Or just get rid of it altogether, because that might be too much. And you could have a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of things you could do with it, you know. You want to throw something else in there. You want to throw a thumbs up in there. You could do something like that there and, you know, pop it in there. This is an animation, no doubt. See? Boom, look at that there. You can do something like this with it. Not that I'm saying you're going to. I'm just trying to show you you can host around to make a lot. You can make a fun thumbnail. Not that this is going to play you, it's a thumbnail. But I'm just saying, if I wanted to keep something like this in here, again, go back over here to media. This is my work area right here. Let's say I wanted to keep that thumbnail in there. This one, you know, the thumbs up. I would keep that in there. Again, it'd be the same thing. And you know something? See how you got the 3 levels here? Or 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. All right. Well, if we get rid of that one there, let's get rid of the thumbs up. We don't need that. Hopefully you guys will give me a thumbs up. That's not a hint, dude. I'm just showing you what could add to it. The other thing would be is if you're going to play with this as a, you know, you want this as a work area, you want to keep all this out of here. Again, the same thing would apply. Once you get it where you like it, it's like I like it right now. My day at the park. It's got that nice little color to it. Again, you're going to come over here. Hit the same reply, you know, same thing. Okay, and then you go like this, get rid of that, and drop this over here, and there you have a thumbnail. Okay, folks, I found out one thing, that being a YouTuber and a content creator, sometimes you got to be creative. Okay, that's it, right? Content creator, and it's things like this here that it's, you know, it doesn't take much to think about. Maybe some people don't think about using a video still, but you can. And let me tell you something. This video, I mean, if you look at it, let's go back over here. It's untouched. See, I took at none, right? It's not like I put anything to boost it up. However, you could, you know, you could boost this thing up here. And if you want to boost it up, then right now you can't, because it's already a snapshot though. But if you wanted to, but this is an untouched photo, see, and look how clear it looks. If I wanted to make it a little more, pop a little more, make it a little more sharper, I would go down here. My favorite tool is the sharpen tool right here, and I could sharpen it up even more. And you know something, if somebody told me this was shot with a 4K camera, I would believe it, only because the way it looks. And I did it all with my little iPhone 5S. So just to show you that these little iPhones, even though they're outdated, no doubt, They do take great photos, and they do take great photos too, you know. I mean, I just don't have a photo in here, but they do take great photos and videos. But this is just to give you an example of what you could do with the video. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you guys. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope you got a little takeaway from it. I hope it helped you out some way. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. This is Rich Bassini signing off. I'll talk to you guys the next time. Take care, and bye-bye for now.